Welcome to Boise, Idaho, where fans describe a home game in one way. We get them on the blue, and that typically means trouble for anyone who tangles with the Boise State Broncos. What a game we have in store for you today. A Big 12 showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Tulsa will kick off, and we'll get this game started. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The offense lining up for a first down play. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Nice move to pick up yardage. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
They'll throw it on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Bates. Plows through the defense.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Looking at a 2nd and short now. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
The Broncos are on the move. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Across the 15. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
And the Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Love the competitive nature by the defender on that play. That's just a 50-50 ball, and that defender swatted it away.
After the incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll leave it with him. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the score.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Get it out on the screen. Ball's out, and the defense has it. Everybody reverse skate.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on it for a massive fumble recovery.
Here comes the offense on first down. He leaves it with the back. Still on his feet at the 45. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The throw to the outside is complete. Open space at the 25. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They've got him wobbling after that big play now to pay it off on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. He finds his man. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Getting some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Tulsa.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. How in the world did he miss that? So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. He'll return it. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Line getting set on 2nd down. On the ground, it's Gaines. He's stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the 1st down on the play.
And I love these offensive coaches, going right back to your guy. I believe in you. Just because you fumbled doesn't mean I'm not going to give you the football.
Yeah, he's repaying the favor right now to this coaching staff as well. And doesn't it just seem like he's running with a little bit more juice? He looks like he's ticked off.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. The give from the gun. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Caught behind the line. It's Babers. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Broncos send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Touch pass on the run. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Tulsa 6, Boise State 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Williams looking for a man. He's right on target. Stopped after making the catch.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed to rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Probably the toughest Carl on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. He lets it fly. He's got it down the right side. And he breaks into the open. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane.
And listen, find your matchups you like, and you can see you got your speedster out wide. You like the matchup. He sees it, puts some air underneath that thing, and he outruns the DB. He's got no shot. Runs underneath it, and then walks his way into the end zone for 6.
Oh, and the extra point is blocked. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a huge play in the passing game, covering 75 yards to house it. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. The offense set for a first down play. Here we go. Quick pass on the fly motion. Past the 45. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. And the Broncos want to crank the tempo.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Movement here from the tight end. The give to the tailback. Trying to pound their way forward, he picks up a couple to the 31.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Ball at the 31, third and short coming, defense trying to rise up. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Out of the shotgun on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
They'll pass on the 48-yard field goal attempt and instead try to pick up the first down. On fourth down, looking to pass. Finds his man, and they convert. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Trying to find his man on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Lasso, 42, Spider, slide 22.
Running back searching for a hole. Got enough space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. ULM is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Malone Stadium, but they've struggled to really pull away. They're up by 4 over Arkansas State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great...
Lets it fly. Reels it in down the left side. Afterburners coming. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tulsa.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that.
Set to kick this one away.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Boise State ready to send out that offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Just feeds the running back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. The Broncos are in the hurry up. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires to the big fella. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Williams will pass. He'll throw it. He looks that one in nicely. Turns it on in midfield. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Finds his tight end.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
He's moving out of the pocket. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Takes it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He'll pull it down. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. They didn't get enough for the first down, so 4th down, clock running as they hurry to the line. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Broncos will have it 1st and 10.
Get set, get set. Lion, lion. Arrow, arrow. Timber, timber.
He's going to pass. Throws for the tight end. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires into the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Just got enough of the football there by the defender, breaking on the football, getting his hand on it. He couldn't bat it down, but he got a fingertip on it, tipped that thing away from the receiver, made the big play, saving the touchdown.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Fires on the move. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. Never in doubt. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Williams looking for a man. Working that left side now. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. It'll be a first down as he gets it to the 24-yard line.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. He wants to throw. Makes the catch. It's Williams. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. And the screen seemed like a good idea at the time, but they were fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, on defense, I think it just comes down to having really good awareness. You're watching the ball, you're seeing where it's going, you're locating.
Fires and picked off. That kind of play can really get you going, not only on defense, but the great field position for the 0 and the 37. So you come out of the locker room for the second half, and right away, you throw a pick.
Bad news, too, because you go into the locker room, you sort of regroup, and you start thinking about how you're going to attack this defense, what adjustments you're going to make. You feel like you got a good plan running out of the locker room, and then just
hit the afterburners, kid. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The Broncos trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Quarterback checking the play. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And you try to catch him off balance, maybe on 1st down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, a statement run in the red zone to the 13. And the Broncos racing to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos!
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense, seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You can tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him out.
Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over and move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Caught in the backfield, it's Ballard. Got room at the 35. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
A unloads it left. And his throw is incomplete.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you can tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
Got his man on the right. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on fourth down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. He makes a grab. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Trying to pound their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And this one is good, and it's been anything but easy for him. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Syracuse is going to walk off the field there inside the dome with a much-needed victory. They had this one circled on the calendars for some time, and regardless the score, that W has to feel good. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Dances away from one. Strong running there. Going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3. The Broncos decide to punt it away.
46 in punt formation to kick it away.
Running it back, it's Green. Makes a move. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Six-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Give to the running back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Williams will pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third.
The end of the third quarter. Tulsa, 27. Boise State, 17.
On the ready.
A new set of downs after the completion.
Bring it.
Looking to move it through the air. Completes it in the middle. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Okay.
And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. First and goal. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. With the run on first and goal. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. Tulsa wasting no time.
Flip.
They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
A huge chance for points here on third and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. The give. Strong, firm tackle. On fourth and goal, no thought of the field goal. They'll go for the touchdown. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. So on fourth and goal, already with the lead, but they'll try to salt this thing away with a touchdown. Williams looking for a man. They got him. Big stop in the backfield, and what a stand by this defense to keep points off the board.
Well, you're up by 2 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're hoping with that conversion they ice the game. They don't get it. Feels like they're going to win, but we've seen crazy things happen in college football, and they've left the door open here late. Let's see what happens.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
I think the wide receiver needs to do a better job making it look like he's going deep. He never got the cornerback that time to turn his hips, and because of it, he couldn't separate, and the ball got swatted away incomplete.
They'll give it to the back. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Quarterback will audible. They'll run play action. Now rolling to the left. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then getting a good clean stick on him. That's 2 things he has to think about on one play.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Comes out throwing on first down. Looking for a huge play. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
The offense has got to find something here in the fourth quarter. You can tell pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot, unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
Looking to throw it again. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. On the run, fires downfield. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback checking off. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Unleashes it. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Using his legs to buy some time. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
Well, you just sort of felt like this defense had to do something to get this quarterback out of a rhythm, right? He's been picking them apart all drive long, and finally they come up with a sack.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. It's caught. And he's down after making the grab. Good pickup there to help him dig out of the hole, but still some work to do to get a first down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down?
And there's really no question here, after not getting it on that last run play, down in the fourth quarter, 4th down, you've got to go. You've got to dial up your best play here offensively. Who is your best matchup, one-on-one, that can get you this first down? Keep the drive moving and keep your chances of winning this game.
Headed to the end zone. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
This is an offense that can find multiple ways to get explosive plays, especially when they hand it off to this guy, Dave.
And it's so nice to have a running game you can depend on, especially when you get on the other side of the field, now set up on the 2-yard line.
He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I tell you what, as that ball starts to get towards the sideline when they're running these option plays, man, those outside players become more pivotal. My corners have to be able to tackle. My secondary is going to be much more involved in getting the quarterback to the ground. Nice job by the secondary, by this defense.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Broncos!
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Now the two-point conversion attempt is coming. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Just going to keep it after the snap. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for two does not work out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that one first down ends this football game.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Tackle is made after the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
With the carry, it's the runback. Picks up 1. Brings up 2nd down.
You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Got his man quickly. At the 45, on his way. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
That play is going to drive the head coach absolutely crazy. You've got the lead. Why are you going out of bounds? Just get down, bleed the clock. The clock right now is your friend.
Tulsa comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away. To the ground with the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
And after that completion, it's decision time now for the head coach. Do you kick a field goal, add to your lead, and make it more difficult on the opposing offense, or Do you trust your quarterback to make one more big completion here and ice the game?
It came down to the final quarter, clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling the close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.